Hello everyone. So today I'm here again with another chapter. Uh, in this chapter, we will discuss assembling the network pieces. Okay. So far mm, in the first chapter we discuss about that what is the primary function of the switch. In the second lecture we discussed what is the primary function of router, and in this third chapter we discussed what is the primary function of access point. अब हम इन तीनों पीसेज को टुगेदर करेंगे, असेंबल करेंगे, एंड विल सी वेयर each of these piece where can they fit in the network. When we talk about the complete network, ये piece कहाँ best place है for the serving the purpose end user. Okay, so these are we are going to discuss about in this lecture. Okay, if we talk about let's say access point, okay, where would that access point will fit? Okay, they must be connected to the switch, right? Because what is the basic function of the access point? The main job of the access point is to receive electric signal and convert those electric signal into radio frequencies and creating a radio frequencies zone. Okay, like a radiation zone. Like we have a one access point here, AP. Okay, this access point create a frequency zone. Like these are all the frequencies zone. The frequency could be over 2.4 gigahertz or 5 gigahertz. That's all. That access point is must be connected to some switch. Okay, let's say this switch. Okay, this is layer 2 switch, which is let's say this is PoE switch. PoE means power over Ethernet, because ये access point है ना, this access point is getting power from this switch. Okay, the power over ethernet. Okay, आप जब केबल को देखते हो ना, उसमें चार पेयर होते हैं, 8 वायर होते हैं। आठों के आठों वायर केवल डेटा ट्रांसफर करने के यूज में नहीं आते, दे सर्व डिफरेंट पर्पज। ओके, कुछ इलेक्ट्रिक सिग्नल जैसे पावर सप्लाई के काम में भी आते हैं। एक आप बात करें तो 15 वोल्ट तक एक स्विच पावर सप्लाई कर सकता है, इससे वो कैमरा चला सकता है, स्विच एक्सेस पॉइंट रन कर सकता है। सो ओके, सो इन दिस सिचुएशन just let me raise this. Okay, अब let's say this is my access point 1, AP is connected to switch L2 switch. What is the function of the switch? Receiving the cables, receiving the cable connection and learning their MAC address and making a way for them to communicate. Okay, let's say we have a one computer here, we have a one wireless laptop here. Okay, we have a one phone here. Okay, these are connected to this wireless. Okay, access point, so they can access services, whatever the service is inside this server. Let's say this is a server. Okay, we have a one workstation. Workstation मतलब heavy computer. We have a one printer. So this laptop can print wirelessly. The signal will come here to access point, and then access point forward those signals through this wire, and the switch will receive that uh, receive that frame, and it will know that destination is this printer MAC address. So he will just forward that packet to here, and this is how a local communication is happen. What about this computer wants to talk to with internet? Then what will happen? This is connected to access point connected to switch. And then if that PC wants to go outside the local area network, this is the whole concept is this is a local area network. This is within your organization. Okay, this is a LAN, local area network. अब वायरलेस की बात कर ली. व्हाट इज द प्राइमरी वायरलेस इज serving phone and wireless devices. In this case we have a laptop, phone, and all are those printer. I mean, this laptop can talk to with the printer, server, and internet. So when this computer wants to go outside, then the job of the router, that's the job of router. If this laptop want to open a google.com, then it's a router job. It's a router job to get a google.com. Okay, now uh, this the magic will happen here. That I mean that this is connected to access point. Access will go here, and then the switch will forward traffic here. Okay, why it's switching forwarding here this packet? Because of the gateway. If that IP is not within a local area network, then that packet will go to the gateway. Gateway usually would be the router. Okay, and gateway know that how to get off from local area network. Okay, so router must know that how to get google.com. Let's say this router is connected to another router, and that router is connected to another router, and that router is connected to another, and finally we have a google.com. Okay, a lot more things happen between these. Okay, it's not just like that. It's not easy, okay, for this laptop to get google.com. It will you know that first of all it will raise a DNS query, then he will get a IP address of google.com, then the packet will be prepared. In that packet, if he wants to access HTTPS, then the get message will be in the data. Then below the transport layer there is uh, the, the based on the application itself, it will be decided whether this is a TCP or UDP. So if it is a TCP, then the reliable communication take place. If it is a UDP, then unreliable connection will take place. Okay, in this case, let's say we have a source port number in the transport layer. The TCP and UDP selection will be happen, and other than that, source port and destination port will be also decided in this transport layer. Source port would be a random port, which would be higher than 1032 6535. Okay, इन दोनों के बीच में सोर्स पोर्ट चुन लेगा, डिसाइड कर लेगा, एंड डेस्टिनेशन पोर्ट इफ इट इज a HTTPS, then it would be a 443. Okay, this is job of HT transport layer. Then packet go will the network layer. In network layer, source IP and destination IP will be added in header. Source IP and destination IP. Okay, this will be added in packet header. But issue is with the data link layer. Okay, we don't have a MAC address of google.com, right? Because we cannot have. ARF is a protocol which is responsible for providing uh, a MAC address against a non-IP address. So that's the job of ARF. But ARF cannot reach here. Okay, and we want to go to the google.com. If we do not add Ethernet header, okay, if we do not have if Ethernet header, layer 2 header, then switch will simply drop that packet, because switch only know Ethernet header. Switch don't know about IP header. So in this case, this laptop will add the router's MAC address in the destination. Source MAC address will be this laptop MAC address, and destination MAC address will be this router MAC address, so that switch can forward that packet. Okay, so when this packet send the access point send here switch, and switch look, okay, what is the source MAC address, right? Okay, what is the destination MAC address? This is router MAC address. And switch know where is that router connected, because he is learning router MAC address on this port. Okay, on this specific port. So he will send that packet here, and router will see then. A router will see the first packet he will open is Ethernet. Ethernet Ethernet header. In Ethernet header, he will see that, yeah, the MAC address is for me. Okay, so let me open, what is it? He open the Ethernet frame. He see, yeah, source MAC address, this PC, and destination is mine. Okay. Then he will see IP address. Then he will open a network, a layer 3 header. Okay, IP header. Then he will see the source MAC address is this computer, and destination IP is google.com. Then he see this packet is not to me, it's through me. Okay, so he will just uh, pack that packet again. He will add source MAC address routers on, and then destination MAC address this router. So this is how it travel to go here, here, and here. This is uh, how it look like when we assemble all the network pieces. But the ideal design it not look like this. Okay, let's say what it look like. Let me just erase this, all this. Okay, let me talk about, we have a five, let's say 2000, I mean, let's say we have DISO to 350 users. Okay, so in that situation, we won't have a scenario which we discussed in this lecture. In that scenario, company usually with go this architecture. Okay, they will have the core switch. The core switch is, we will discuss later, but let me tell you, core switch can act as a router as well. I mean, they are router and switch. They can function as a router, and they can function as a switch. So they have a layer 3 switch. Let's say layer 3 switch. Layer 3 switch. Okay. Layer 3 which, okay, they have a layer 3, and then they have access switch. Okay. Let's say 3 access switch. They usually connected like this. Okay. Then we can have a server, we can have an access point, we can have a workstation, we can have a printer, all of and device, we can have a cameras, all of device connected. And these core switch ideally would be in stack. Stack. Okay, स्टैक का मतलब है इनका दिमाग एक होगा, हार्डवेयर दो होंगे, दिमाग एक होगा। ओके, स्टैक का सिंपल मतलब है इनके दो होगा। और यहाँ पे यूजुअली वो क्या करते हैं, राउटर यूज में नहीं लेते कंपनी, क्योंकि एवरी कंपनी नीड सिक्योरिटी, सो दे जस्ट यूज द फायरवॉल। ओके, एंड those firewall would be in HA, हाई अवेलेबिलिटी मोड। HA मतलब सेम जो स्टैक का होता है ना, वही। दिमाग एक होगा, हार्डवेयर दो होगा। ओके, HA। और यहाँ पे आपको ISP के इंटरनेट कनेक्शन मिलेंगे, वो भी रेडुडेंट, सॉरी, लेट्स से let's say internet, let's say internet. So this is how they are connected. Okay, this is a small organization at design. A bigger organization design is way more complex than it look likes. Okay, it's a way more complex. It won't look like this. These are firewall. Okay, we are not using a router because firewall can also do routing. Okay, basic routing. We are not using OSPF or BGP or EIGRP for 200 users. Okay, we cannot use that for 230 300 users. We are using default or static route, and we are we are sometime ये फायरवॉल एक भी हो सकता है। आपके दो प्रोवाइडर मिलेंगे इंटरनेट कनेक्शन, एक प्राइमरी पे, सेकेंडरी पर ये क्या मिलेगा, HMA मिलेगा। दीज आर बेसिक नेटवर्क डायग्राम फॉर स्मॉल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। आप कह सकते हो स्मॉल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन। बड़ी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का बहुत कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है। यहाँ पे वो हो सकता है प्राइवेट सर्किट भी कोई यूज ले रहे हो। प्राइवेट सर्किट का मतलब है MPLS या मेट्रो इथरनेट। मेट्रो इथरनेट या मेट्रो इथरनेट और MPLS पुराने जमाने ATM चलता था, लेकिन अभी नहीं है। सो दीज आर, आई मीन, in this lecture we discuss about basic network topology. Okay, ideally for a small organization. Again, I am repeating, in big organization the network is very complex, it not look like this. Okay, that there would be a lot of complexity which we will discuss in later phase when we complete the CCNA, when we start the CCNP, we will discuss about those architecture. ओके, डेटा सेंटर का और कॉम्प्लिकेटेड होता है। डेटा सेंटर कॉम्प्लिकेटेड तो आजकल तो नहीं होता है, क्योंकि आजकल सब कुछ दे आर मैनेजिंग थ्रू ACI फ्रॉम सिंगल पेन ऑफ ग्लास। सो इट्स इजी। ओके, एक आप जस्ट कमांड चलाओ एंड एवरीथिंग विल बी डन। ओके गाइस, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग। आई होप दिस इज बेनिफिट फॉर यू।